Good morning, this is Airpost Creations 2021. This is my weekly reading for not this week but next week, starting next Monday. But I do it this week now because I will be gone in vacation next week. So I'm running a bit early with the readings. Today the reading is for Leo, Virgo, Libra and Scorpio. And this reading here now is for Virgo. Welcome Virgo. We start with the Psychic Tarot deck. And the card that came out is Stand Your Ground. The card comes at a time when you are being tested and you are being challenged. There may be some fierce competition in your life and some potential rivals surrounding you in your personal or in your business life. But you should know that you have the strength and the inner courage to stand your ground, no matter how hard or formidable the things may appear to you. So do not surrender or give up the control that you have. Be brave and stay true to your core life values and belief system, which are your best allies and which will help you move forward. It is important to remain clear and focused, for you may have to stand alone for a while and defend your convictions until the bitter end. Maintain your health and stay strong so that you have an ample supply of energy to endure anything, as this could be a long and an arduous, yet ultimately a hard-won victory for you. The Oracle of the Seven Energies, the Oracle of the Seven Energies card is Healing the Heart. Key concepts, they are healing, making some amends, the willingness to release past pains, being responsible and being accountable, taking time to get healthy, and the renewal and rebirth after some kind of suffering or some kind of hardship. When you are wounded emotionally, then you need time to regroup and to find your center. You may have recently endured a breakup or a kind of betrayal, lost someone close to you, or lost an affiliation that you gave too much power to. Perhaps you are watching someone go through a difficult time and you feel bad that you cannot help them. Maybe you are still not over a past disagreement. No matter what the cause might be of this heartache, deep healing is now called for. And this happens on its own timetable and it can never be rushed. The path to healing the heart centers on reciprocity. 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 That's the word. The flow of giving and of receiving. Sometimes wounding occurs because we have become too dependent on another person, and this is accompanied by the desire to manipulate or to control the outcome. Both the wounding and the healing, they usually begin within ourselves, not from the outer conditions of our lives. We often believe that we can be wounded only by other people, but the truth is that we do more damage to ourselves in our self-sabotaging ways. We think and we behave with regards to getting wounded. So it is important to take the steps to heal yourself and to become willing to release the pain of your past, which can be tempting to revisit. It is time to take responsibility for your part in this healing journey. So look for the ways that you can take to help yourself and also help others. Are you willing to make amends if needed, or conversely, are you willing to accept someone where they are without trying to influence their growth process? Healing the heart in all aspects is your priority now. Nothing else matters. Only beauty and goodness, they will come as a result. The mystical shaman oracle card is the drum. And the shaman, he has a drum. And the essence here is that the rhythm of the drum tunes you to the beating heart of the universe. So imagine hearing a drum that is playing the tunes for you to get your heart beating to the universe. The drum's wood frame links you to the trees and so helps you journey to the lower world via the roots of the trees and the upper world via the branches of trees. The drum skin gives the shaman the powers of the animal kingdom. Striking the drum calls forth the power of the thunder and the rumbling of the earthquake. The drum invites a kind of trance state where the healing and where the prophecies can happen. The invitation here is that a drum invites you to take the next bold step into your journey. The forces of heaven and earth, they are aligned behind you, supporting you effortless and give you effortless action. This is not a time to push against the river. The current will take you exactly where you want to go once you jump into the water. Collect your power tools and summon your courage, because it is going to be a very wild and a glorious journey. So allow yourself to be carried by the rhythm of what is really essential in your life. There is medicine aspect to this card, saying that you travel to the beat of a different drum now. So it is time to acknowledge you do not fit a mold or a role or relationship that is not in tune with you. So find your own rhythm and respond to the heartbeat of the distant drum. The price that you pay for lingering becomes higher with each passing day. So now is the time for you to move on. And the next card comes up. That is from the goddesses, the gods, and the guardians oracle deck. No, what am I doing? The next card is the Shaman's Dream Oracle card. My goodness, I'm all messed up here. And that the Shaman's Dream Oracle card is Lost in Space. And there are a few occasions in our lives to feel being lost in space. Everyone has felt it. One is when we are falling in love, then we are surely lost in space, and our minds, they become overruled by the feelings that we have now put in place of logic. Yeah. So, lost in space can make us feeling lost, needing direction and focus in a 24-hour day. Sometimes in life we lose our way, it is said here, perhaps falling prey to some addictive behaviors, to jealousy, comparisons, resistance, or even to fear. And this happens especially when we are up leveling and genuinely changing for the better. A part of us hiding in the vast expansiveness of space wants to sabotage this progress. In the transformation process, our inner world no longer feels safe or inhabitable to us, as we find that our thoughts and our beliefs, they have morphed beyond any recognition. You may find yourself adrift in this way right now, unable to focus or to determine the next step. You might be tired and simply need to regroup and to take some rest. When you lack some direction, the first thing to do is to redirect your perspective of time. Like a newborn baby who needs swaddling to feel safe, you are also invited to reduce your life visioning to the next 24 hours. Anyone can handle living in a 24-hour compartment, which allows everything to feel grounded and gets manageable. You get lost in space when you imagine being swallowed up in the giant vastness of the future, which is still dark, still uncertain, or might reflect on how your past has held you captive in a bowl of distorted, never-ending mirrors, reminding you of your mistakes and your flaws, your failures and your losses. So take heart that the simple 24-hour container immediately banishes those two awful eternities away. And you will find your energy and focus restored as you recognize that you were never lost at all. Keep it simple. Right now, conserve your energy and take care of you in basic fundamental ways, and the world will be set right again for you. The next card is the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians card. Out came the mermaid of Lemuria, and she is simply joy, this mermaid. She says, drop the worry habit and embrace light-heartedness. And it is said that Lemuria was once a light-centered civilization where the peaceful inhabitants maintained an exceptionally pure connection to the divine. Lemurian knowledge was embedded within the crystals, the stones, the plants, and the oceans. The Mer people, they were an extension of the water element, vibrating to a note of pure joy. So the mermaids, they carried the fluidity of the divine feminine, and they were experts at balancing the energy through play, relaxation, dance, creative movement, and of sound healing. They freely expressed their carefree love of life. So look who is splashed into your life today. Here comes the mermaid of Lemuria with a playful flick of her shimmering tail. This mermaid showers you with the droplets of the Lemurian light, and she says to you, I see how much time and energy you spend about worrying about your future. You are trying to control and to plan everything out of fear. This approach is outworn and it dulls your radiance. I am here to clear you of this rigid, anxious pattern that saps your life force and is clouding your spiritual vision and is clouding your spiritual vision. And she is asking, when was the last time you have played and you had fun? Leave the work for now and let your hair down. Trust that it is safe to drop your routines for a little while. Lighten up and dance with the flow of life. Joy is your birthright and opens up your creative solutions. Connecting to the simple choice is the answer to any life challenges that you may be handling right now. Getting the card in your reading is heralding an energy shift for you. You have got the Lemurian wisdom waiting in your cells, being ready to be being ready to be expressed and shown to this world. So let the mermaid melt away your hard edges and soften your heart and reattune your energy to lots of sacred joy. You are about to dive deep into divine waters that have long been calling your name. So, know that there are some additional meanings to the mermaid card, saying practice Lemurian or mermaid meditation journeys. Sacred geometry is accelerating your spiritual development. Place pictures on your altar, wear jewelry, visualize symbols in meditation to activate this Lemurian knowledge. Use crystal grids to amplify your Lemurian energy. Visit or move to the coast. Express your feminine energy and your sensuality. Say this invocation: I create pockets of joy every day. I swim with the tide of life. And the last card is the Bob Ross Oracle card. Out came the teacher. Before he became the world's most famous painting instructor, Bob Ross traveled across the United States, teaching classes of budding artists the wet-on-wet painting technique that he so much loved. Even after the joy of painting, his YouTube channel gained popularity. Bob still found happiness in meeting with the students as he traveled, teaching them wherever he went. He said, for years and years I traveled and I taught. I was one of the most rewarding and satisfying. It was one of the most rewarding and satisfying things that I have ever done. And later he trained others who could then teach his methods, spreading his love of painting to all the corners of this globe. Long after Bob Ross left this world, his army of teachers, they continue this work, sharing the joy that can be found in painting. The teacher wants us to stretch ourselves and to grow, to inspire others to teach themselves, and to also remember that we should have lots of fun while we do learn new things. That was the reading for you, Virgo. Thank you very much for listening. I wish you a beautiful day today. I'm sending lots of love out to you, and I shall be back May the 12th with a new Shaman Oracle reading for that week then. Take care and goodbye.